platform games to new exclusive to even older console games finally coming to PC, there has been a lot of great titles released this year so far. In this video, we'll be taking a look at the top 10 best PC games of 2016 so far. Let's get right into this. Number 10, Ashes of the Singularity. Strategy games have been a centerpiece of PC gaming for a long time now. Ashes of the Singularity adds to the PC's stellar library. The game is absolutely massive in scale, thousands of units fighting across very vast maps. Even for someone that isn't a big fan of strategy games, I found the game extremely engaging, engrossing, and challenging, but never frustrating. The single-player story is pretty poor, but from a gameplay and visual standpoint, Ashes of the Singularity absolutely nails it. Number 9, Superhot. Superhot is one of the most unique games in a long time. The game features traditional first-person shooter mechanics, but time is a big aspect in Superhot. Time only moves when the player moves. This allows you to assess every situation and respond accurately. It's a very interesting game, and while the mechanics are not perfect, stylistically the game is fantastic. The visuals, while simplistic, also add a level of charm to the game. The major issue with Superhot is the lack of content. The game is $25 and it's also very short. However, the game's replay value is pretty high and it's a game you'll go back and play multiple times. If you're looking for something unique and somewhat simplistic, Superhot will be right up your alley. Number 8, Oxenfree. Oxenfree is the debut title for Night School Studio. The game is set on an abandoned island which a group of teenage friends visit for a party. But obviously things go awry, supernatural beings are introduced, and I don't want to get more into it since this is a very story-driven game. In reality, the gameplay is very few and far between. However, for those that like a well-flowing story, Oxenfree is excellent. The voice acting is great and they really portray teenagers in a believable and realistic way. The art and visuals are also very good. Oxenfree was one of the surprise hits of 2016, so if you haven't given the game a look, give it a shot.
Killed over 3 days ago. It was all over the news. Local news, anyway. Oldest living resident. Her family's been moving back and forth on the ferry, getting all of her crap.
Oh, that's sort of a bummer.
Yeah, well,
Number 7, Homeworld Deserts of Karak. Homeworld is another strategy game and a very old school series on PC. In 2016, Homeworld saw a brand new entry in Deserts of Karak, which is a prequel to the original game. The game is very accessible to those that don't play strategy games much, but it's not overly simplistic. The game's mechanics aren't groundbreaking by any means. Again, this is a part of a nearly 20-year-old franchise, but the gameplay still works well in 2016. The campaign is excellent and it has a great story. If you're looking to get into strategy games, Deserts of Karak is a great option. Number 6, Darkest Dungeon. Darkest Dungeon is a roguelike dungeon crawler where you manage characters as they explore dungeons. The game is played with a mix of real-time movement and turn-based combat. Darkest Dungeon is extremely challenging. There are many times you might be frustrated. Some will stop playing the game entirely. However, those that stick with it will find a very rewarding experience. The game is very tactical and it requires a lot of thought and planning in what you do. Darkest Dungeon is a very absorbing game experience, and those that stick with it will find something great. Number 5, Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. Dragon's Dogma was one of the cult classic games on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360.